I have now hit record. Welcome to the OFX podcast. I'm Dave Claxton. Along with me, as always, is our still slightly salty shutout, Bethany McChesney.
Did we talk about this?
I think we did, but we talked about the pre-sale, right? But the regular sale hadn't happened, and we were actually when we were talking, we were like, okay, when we talk about this, the regular sale go on, and we were like, all sunshine and rainbows, but don't worry, if you didn't get this, you're gonna be able to get your ticket, and we were fucking wrong.
Yeah, we were. I was like, no way, no way they sold all the tickets. Yeah, they did.
Sometimes you're wrong, and sometimes we're really wrong.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, I mean, anybody who doesn't know, nobody knows all the details, but as to the whys and what happened, but basically, the pre-sale went on like we talked about last week, and it was what it was. And then we thought that the regular sale 2 days later would go on and things would be fixed and sorted and smoothed. And they weren't.
No.
No. So did you actually try to get your ticket, or was Jeff trying to get your tickets? What was kind of your experience?
So Jeff was on the one online trying to get the tickets. He has a desk job, so he could kind of sit there and do it. I couldn't really with my job, so he was like, "I'll take care of the tickets, don't worry." We had a pre-sale link. He spent 6 hours waiting
Mhm.
in with the pre-sale link. Nothing happened. He kept getting booted in it and out of it, in and out. He had something in his cart, and then it'd boot him out. So then we figured it was just like more of a glitch with the pre-sale link. So we're like, it's fine. We'll wait till they go out for sale for the public.
Yeah.
And they'll have all these issues sorted. 10 a.m. on Thursday. Half of my gym had set their alarms, rearranged their schedules. Everyone was
That
on
should have been
the
your class. That should have been the class, the
we
10
did.
a.m.
We
class.
stopped the class early. I was like, you can do the finisher or you can get online right now and get your Hyrox ticket. And most of the people tried to do that. And we were all just online getting bounced around, and not a single person got a ticket except one open male. So one male in my gym got a ticket. So it seemed though like open male tickets were much easier to come by.
Mhm.
No female tickets were available whatsoever. Yeah, so and I was still left a little bit like stunned, like this can't be happening. Like no one's actually getting a ticket, and I was still a little bit in denial about it. Um, but yeah, then sure enough, they did make an official announcement that everything had sold out. Yeah, and it's really too bad. I had a lot of clients who literally like rearranged their work schedules in order to try to get tickets, and nobody got one. So
Not just rearrange their work schedule, but for the past year.
yeah, they've been training for it and thinking about it. I had a client who was like, "That was my anniversary trip." Like,
Oh,
and I'm like, oh, I'm so like she was like, me and my husband were so looking forward to it. Like, and I think it's like their 20 year or something. And I'm like,
I
oh my
stayed at
God.
like that X hotel that's right beside it. That's really for
Hmm.
Mickey. That would have been cool.
Yeah.
We should do that for our anniversary. Anyway.
Yeah, I was like, that's so awful. Like I just felt so bad. And the amount, I mean, my clients trained really hard and they've been looking forward to it. And we were hoping there'd be more races in Canada this year, and there wasn't. So then it's still just this one, and not, one basically one person. Now we got a mixed doubles ticket and that's it. So, but yeah, it's pretty disappointing.
So I like part of me feels guilty. I'm like, should I sell my ticket because I feel bad? Like give it to somebody else or whatever, but I'm not gonna. So I don't feel that bad. But so my question, and this is what I wanted to ask you. Long run, does does this hurt High Rocks for 2026 Toronto, or does it help it? So does it put it to the point where, because I see two options coming from this. I see some people, and I mean there's many people unhappy at this moment, um, saying, "I'm done, not a chance, I'm out, screw you." But it also is going to make some other people go, "Oh my God." this is a big deal. I need to get on it even earlier and even more and la da 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 da. So does it help or hurt Hyrox for 2026?
No, I think this hurts Hyrox for 2026 because I think the the frustrations with the system,
Mhm.
it also felt very unfair the way the system was operating. So, and I think so now you're expecting some people to go 2 years who, the people that aren't none of my clients are going to travel to Miami. Not none, but I would say 95% of them are not. I have a lot of um like stay-at-home moms. Like they're not jumping on a plane and going to Vegas or to Miami or Atlanta. They're not. So this is kind of their one thing in the year that they're going to do, except for a couple little local trail races and stuff. So realistically, what we're going to shift our focus to something else because I don't want to go another year and then not have anybody have a ticket. So, we'll find something else. So I do think it hurts Hyrox, absolutely. And we just if this one sold out, but we had one in Montreal in the summer and we had this one. So okay, I didn't get to this one, but I can get to this one. That it kind of helps to bridge the gap. But there's nothing now as far as official Hyrox. So no, I think this is, and we're not the only ones upset. I mean, based on what I've seen online, there's a lot of people really upset about this.
There's affiliates whose clients, or sorry, who got zero clients in and things like that. I mean, it's massive. I'm very interested to see the cross section of people that are there, like how many first timers and this and how many F45ers,
The
right?
only people that I know who collectively all of their friends got ones were from F45 gyms.
Yeah, and
Who
F45ers.
and yeah, and they're the title sponsor. So I don't know if they got some lucky links there.
Well, let's just say they did get some lucky links for argument's sake. For argument, we don't know that, but for argument's sake, say they did. Should they? Like, there's a title sponsor, right? They're ponying up the dough. Should they get a thing? Like, I guess my question is, we don't like how it was done. Sorry, that's a statement. This is the question. How do you do it to make it work better?
Yeah, I don't know what the right answer for this because I feel like it for someone our affiliate owners who are not connected to F45.
Hmm.
Why do they get the short end of the stick just because they're not part of a franchise that's sponsoring
Hmm.
this event? We have a lot of people returning podiums athletes who do not have the ticket. Like even just like personally, we we volunteer at Hyrox. I was on two podiums in Toronto. I don't have a ticket. And I think there's a lot of people missing out who it could potentially be like a one and done thing for them. And there are people then who really do commit themselves to Hyrox as their primary focus, and they don't have a ticket, and they're kind of left high and dry. And so but I don't know how Hyrox fixes it, and in kind of choosing who goes, it's it's a difficult position to be in, but they absolutely have to open up another event in Canada if they want this to continue in Canada. Um, yeah, or it could be in Toronto, it could be in Montreal, open one in Vancouver, but we could definitely support another one in Ontario. But I don't know how you pick with major, and I don't think this is what's going to happen with Hyrox, but with major, like some of the world majors for marathoning, it becomes a lottery
Yeah.
system. So you pay to be in the lottery, and then it's random.
They do that in the UK for Hyrox.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
here's,
Unless you've run a certain time.
yeah.
So you have, a certain level of athletes that are in. So let's say if Hyrox did this, if you've run sub 75 or whatever number they pick, you can get in. And then the rest go into a lottery. So, your first timers, they're in a lottery system. I could see it being something like that.
What where I think part of the system failed this time was in the fact that they just gave these affiliate codes, and then the affiliates once, and I'm going to say I'm sure some affiliates gave them to people they weren't supposed to, but that aside, let's just say they did it exactly as they're supposed to, and they gave it to their clients. Once one client has that code, it's gone. It's out there. Like
Yes. So that's the
everybody,
problem too, is
everybody
like,
has.
yeah, is you don't think those F45 members sent it to all of their friends too who
Absolutely.
don't go to F45? Of course
Absolutely.
they did.
Absolutely. Yeah, of course they did, for sure. And each one of them did it. So it was gone. It's in the atmosphere. What I think maybe they should do, and I don't know the logistics of how this works, but what I would like to see, and again, I don't know the math either, but let's say, for example, we'll take Farm Girl. Let's say Farm Girl was an affiliate gym, right? And they have 100 members. Okay, well, you have 100 members. Here is your 20 guaranteed spots, right? And nobody can touch those. You have 20 guaranteed spots. You divvy those out to your clientele how you see fit. You can raffle them off, you can give them to people, you can whatever the case may be. That's your call,
Do
right?
a PFT for them or something.
Exactly, right. Whatever, how, but they're
Yeah.
your 20 codes for your gym. You do what you like with them with your clientele. And then the same, but you got a bigger gym, you got 1,000 members. Okay, here's your 200 codes, right? Whatever, like, and I'm just using 20% of your membership as some random number. There would have to be some math or whatever, some technical
Yeah.
ways to do that. But yeah, and then the gyms have their numbers, and then you don't even have to have those people in a pre-sale because they're guaranteed their spots. They have those codes. Then you can have your regular pre-sale, which I would do before. I think it was like last year where they said, okay, pre-sale was way ahead of time, and it's like I think you paid a certain amount to get early bird tickets, and you got in, right? And then you paid it. I don't know. Something along that lines. That to me seems to make a little more sense. And that way, at least the gyms who pay to be affiliates are not getting left out in the cold.
Yeah.
Because so in let's say all these glitches happened, everything shut down. Well, okay, that's cool, but I'm still taking care of my affiliates. They still know that they're all right because once it's fixed, those tickets are already considered sold. Those spots are already considered sold. So
Yeah.
we're good to go.
Yeah.
But that would kind of be my idea.
Hmm.
Anyway, I feel very bad for a very large amount of people.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, both of those methods do require a lot more manpower.
Yes.
Mhm.
Guess what? They got money to pay for manpower.
Yeah, they do. I'm just saying a reason they might not want to do it is because, but I mean, to keep the sport alive and to not upset so many people, it might be the way.
Yeah, well,
Something.
yeah, and yeah, you gotta. I mean, not that Hyrox doesn't invest; they do invest, but you need, yeah, these are things that you need. It's these things that stop the longevity. Right now, it is so hot and so trendy, they could fuck up all they wanted and it'd still be good. But over time, if you want to sustain it, these are the things that need to be cleaned up and you don't want people thinking about because people are just going to go, I tried. No, I'm out. Forget it. I'm going to, like you say, I'm going to move on to Deadly Dozen or to Thieves and Beggars or whatever.
Yeah.
Ethics, something different. Deca, maybe throw that out there. I mean, anyway, so yeah, there's things to move on. Hopefully, they become more things to move on to, but yeah,
Hmm.
not the only one.
And I will mention, speaking of which, if you're in this area and you did not get a Hyrox ticket, or you did, there is a full Hyrox simulation event coming up July 19th and 20th weekend in Windsor. They're hosting it at the Windsor University track.
That's gonna be
And it's going to be very cool. So it's a great group of guys that are putting it on. We are hoping so if you are interested, they have all the divisions. They also have a bit of an adaptive division where if you can't run, they have an assault bike option. So if you and it's 45 cals women, 65 cals men. So if you've always wanted to do a Hyrox, but you don't want to run, you could do the assault bike version. So it's being put on by Hessman Athletics. We can always post the link, but July 19th, 20th. So a full Hyrox simulation.
Do I have to prove I'm adaptive?
No. You just
Excellent.
it's not really they're not calling it adaptive. It's just another option. So, I mean, you could be if you're injured and you can't
Well,
run.
I'm gonna make a little critique here though of this bike division. I wouldn't have went with calories. I would have went with meters. Just as a quick thing. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, it probably would have made sense.
yeah,
Yeah.
because calories is so much on that high on that power output, whereas meters is just like a rower or a skier or whatever. I mean, not that you can't set those to calories, but it does make a huge difference. I'm sure we've gone through the math before where Ryan and I did our little experiment and the different distance you go when you go fast on calories compared to when you go slow. Is
Yeah.
it's absolutely massive. So
Yeah.
anyway, but I think I'm gonna be able to make that. So I'm excited.
Yeah, and they're looking for volunteers. But yeah, they are it's
Do they have
Windsor.
blacklisted judges? Because I might be one of those.
Yes, they do. Um, Windsor's an interesting city because track in Windsor is a big sport. So they are getting some they're going to get some cross country runners out, teaming up with some football players, and they're really promoting it at the university itself too. So it's going to be a really fun weekend, I think. And they're promoting it to the town as even a spectator sport. They're doing some kind of spectator like events within it. Um, so yeah, it's gonna be a good time. So check it out.
And if you're in the States and you don't know your geography very well, just so you do know, Windsor, literally, Detroit, cross a river, you're in Windsor.
Yes.
Like it's closer to the States than it is to us.
Yes. Yeah, it's literally Detroit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's Detroit East,
Yeah. Mhm.
but friendlier. And people say hi.
Yeah.
Actually, never had an issue in Detroit, but that's okay. The one
Mhm.
time I've been. Yeah, so yeah, that's awesome. And we're gonna be sharing that a ton of times. So
Mhm.
I look forward to doing that. Also, and like I say, more events we see, we'll put them out there. Um, let's go with fast courses in Berlin. Did you see the Berlin courses and everything that happened?
Yeah, I did a little bit. Yeah, I checked some run splits, some kilometer splits for some people, and they are fast.
Yeah, a lot of so there were some guys that are close to the and trying to get in the Elite 15 who were almost 4 minutes faster than their previous PR. So I'm not going to go down the road of the qualifications for the Elite 15 because we have beat that horse to death.
Yeah.
And, we'll do it again sometime. But for today, just know that we feel it could be done better. But I want to talk about Hyrox ethics and Instagram ethics. If you go to Berlin, right? You're in Berlin, you set a PR. Can you brag about it online?
Yeah, so I mean, there's fast courses. It is just the way it is. A PR is still a PR. Like I don't think people are going to start putting an asterisk beside it because it was Berlin and everybody knows it was a fast course. It just was a fast course. It's the way it is. So I find this interesting because here would be a comparable. So there's a 10K in Toronto, the
Mhm.
Young Street one, and it's a massive net downhill. Um, I still don't see people admitting that when they start posting their 10K times. Um, so it happens everywhere, right? We have
And
fast
where is this 10K so I can sign up? I could use an
it's
idea.
the Young Street 10K, like a downhill. Um, but yeah, so I mean, it happens. It's a PB is still a PB. I think as long as people understand that, relatively speaking, that was a fast course. So if your next one you're 3 minutes slower, you did not get less fit, I promise you. But just yeah, it's a PB is a PB.
I
It is
think I think it's okay, and I think it is okay to go online and say, "Hey, I got a PB. I ran this. I was 2 minutes faster. I was whatever faster." Great, but I'm with you in know in your head, and even I would personally, if it was me, I would acknowledge it online.
yeah.
But know in your head that it was a fast course because I do know there's some people out there that are like, you know, kind of like, "Oh no, it wasn't a fast course," and this and that. No, no, don't be that person. Like if you
Hmm.
If you got a break and it was a fast course, great. I've been on fast courses. I've been on slower courses. I've been on courses that suited me and I did well, and ones that didn't suit me and I did bad, especially in obstacle course racing. Like,
Yeah.
and we can joke like our first race together. The only reason and in that race I ever beat you was because of one obstacle, right?
Oh, yeah.
And that's just something that suited me, and I know that I'm aware of that, and that's why it happened. So while I can still take pride in the accomplishment, I have to be aware that there was a why. And
Yeah.
I have to accept it, right? So if you're on a fast course and you set a PR, just know it and be okay with it. And when someone says, "Oh, that was a fast course," go, "Oh, yeah, it sure was.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
was. It absolutely was."
Yeah.
And
I
that's
mean, some
okay.
of the kilometer splits, you're like, guys, like we didn't all get 30 seconds faster on the kilometer.
No,
Like,
no, exactly. So that's my deal with the ethics there. What was it? A new world record set for the open men's doubles.
yeah.
Do we care? Should they count that? This comes back to that fast course thing again. Does it matter? Should we even be keeping these records, especially in the open division? And now when you're seeing on fast courses.
I mean, again, if a fast course is a fast course. Like, they picked right. It's a record is a record.
Mhm.
I don't know. Are they going to keep going with the open records? Like I think they're there to stay. People love these world records. So I think the more divisions they can, I mean, it just gives them a little something else to post about. There's a record all the time now.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And
As long as they qualify that it was open. This is one where you
yes.
have to qualify. I don't care if you don't say what it was a fast course, but please, if it was open, just say it was open.
I think not just open, but and this is back to Hyrox ethics. And not just Hyrox, anything, 5Ks, 10Ks, Deca, whatever you're racing. If you want to put up a post or talk about it or whatever, and say, you know, I won this, or I did this, or I did that, or I set this record or that record or whatever, tell the whole story.
Yes. And
Just,
we do see this a lot in High Rocks.
yeah, okay, here. All
Mhm.
right. I won Deca Relay champion. That's not cool because this has a giant asterisk on it that it's an age group.
Mhm.
It is an age group win. And quite frankly, there wasn't a lot of people there either. But if I'm going to talk about that, and I'm still proud of the accomplishment, I'm going to say, hey, won the relay with my partner. We kicked ass. This was our time. Age group,
Mhm.
age group.
Yeah.
Say it. Don't.
And where it qualifies, like High Rocks open or was it
Yes.
open? Was it pro? Yeah. And again,
Big difference.
yeah, it is a big difference. And we do see this all the time where someone will say, like, I won the Toronto Spartan.
Yeah.
Like, well, Amy Belavacqua did, and you don't look like Amy. So
Yeah.
what age category are we talking?
Mhm.
Is it open or pro? Like,
Yeah. And we've seen too, like, I know, and I'm going to call it Meg Jacoby here because I know she's taken people to task about it, but it's like High Rocks world champion. And she's like, no, that's me.
yeah,
You're
yeah,
not me. And I don't blame her.
yeah,
That's stolen valor. I mean, maybe it's not like dressing up in a soldier suit and running around saying you're a Navy SEAL, but it's still stolen valor. It's,
yeah.
you know,
Just say age group world champion. And again, we're not saying it because it takes away from your accomplishments. And
it's
this is what I
fucking
say all
awesome.
the time. Just qualify it because there is the world record holder and
Mhm.
there's, the winner overall, which is in the pro heat because that's how Hyrox is.
Yep.
The fastest time of the day, and then there's our age group winners.
An
They
age group.
still did, still fantastic to win your age group. Just qualify it.
You have to be amazing to win a Hyrox age group. You have to absolutely have to be
Mhm.
fantastic. So
Mhm.
yes, but just there's enough room on Instagram to write the whole thing about
AG. Yeah.
AG. That
And
you
if you don't want to tell people your age, just write AG.
Yeah, and you don't even have to put the E. We have shortened the word eight. 3 letters was too many. We cut it down to two.
Yeah. No,
At
AG, age group.
Yeah, I know, but we could put age, right? And three letters.
Oh, I see.
Now it's just
Yeah.
easy age group. So we made it even shorter because three
Mhm.
letters was too much. Anyway, etiquette, ethics, be like that, especially if you're running a business. I'm just saying.
Yes.
All right. So yeah, I mean, this is just a quick question, and we kind of have these records jumped the shark? Like, are they? And I don't know if you're familiar with that term. That's a TV term. I know you didn't watch TV.
Oh, I don't.
I'll explain it. Is it just done? Do we even acknowledge them anymore? Are we done with it, or do you think do we think we still acknowledge
I mean, I don't mind the records. I think when the open one I found a little bit funny until we had, a Lauren Weeks come back or a Ankovic come back and come to the open and set the record. Um, because when the open record is slower than the pro record, it feels almost a little bit irrelevant just because, well, we know there's been a faster race with heavier weights. So it will, I mean, I think the open records are around to stay as long as we're racing opens. So I think it's fine. It's just yeah,
it?
I don't think they're going away.
Yeah,
Hmm?
and just know what they are. And I'll be honest, I'm okay with them. I'm okay with Lauren going and setting an open
Mhm.
record. Who was it that set the doubles this week? I can't remember the guys that set but they're Elite 15 guys, and they set the doubles open this weekend.
Yeah.
Cool. I don't care. That's great. I mean,
Yeah.
you ran a fast race. It's a different race, and great, cool. I'm very lukewarm on them at best. I just
I've said this before too. I don't think you can draw a line of who can and can't race
no, no,
open.
no, no.
Mhm.
And I just take the whole record thing on any, even the pro ones, with a grain of salt,
Mhm.
because like you say, courses are all day, everything's different. So I just like, hey, that's a great race. I don't care that I don't think if you have the world record in Hyrox at a race, I don't really think that proves like it. You would think someone sets a world record that proves they're the best. In this particular case, I don't think it does. It's just you had a good course and you had a good day and everything lined up, right?
But that's the way it is with road racing.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. And I kind of take those with a grain of salt too. So I'm just like,
Yeah.
it's all good.
I mean, yeah, our marathon world records are traditionally set at a couple major marathons
Actually,
because
isn't
they
isn't Berlin one of
traditionally
them?
Berlin.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um,
Things are
because
fast in Berlin.
it's fast in Berlin. I know I've heard marathon friends say 26 miles in Berlin is like 23 miles at other marathons. Like they say that's how it feels.
Hmm.
And it's always 6 degrees and perfect weather the day of the Berlin Marathon. So yes, a lot of our world records have been set there. But again, knowing that we have, Canadians that go to Berlin every year to try to get qualifying standards. So
And I don't blame them. Yeah. So
exactly.
yeah, I don't blame them. I'm just saying, to me, I just take the records with a grain of salt. It means you are amazing and you did
Mhm.
great, and that's awesome. But when it comes to non-standardized courses, to me, the champion is the one who is really
Yeah, when they all race head to head, then
that's the real. Anyway, so all right. All right. Just I'm going to say not announced, but brought to light by UK, our buddy Ian K at UK HXR was and I don't know if you've even seen this yet. So the wall ball targets, right? Not the
yeah,
counters, the targets.
yeah.
They have different size sensor areas depending whether you're open, pro, or in the Elite 15.
Yeah, I did see this.
Yes. Um, you want to
Oh,
go
I
through?
didn't know Open and Pro were different.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
How would they know?
I believe you adjust it probably on the tablet, just like,
But I feel like there's overlap
yeah, I know.
in
Anyway,
that.
uh, so my question is that a good thing? Is it wrong? What do you think?
Yeah, I saw this and then I didn't really think too hard about it. I'm like, that kind of sucks for the Elite 15, but I don't know how big the target area is for the other ones. I mean, I think keeping it consistent would probably have been fine too. Because again, these things, there's a lot of room for, there's a lot of errors with these things anyways. So now increasing the margin of potential error by making this target area smaller is probably not in their best interest at this point in the evolution of the technology. But I understand why they're doing it. But I mean, I don't think that when I've had the sensors that it was my target area to hit it was huge. I still felt like I had to hit the center of it.
So I'm gonna contradict you on one thing, or I'm gonna ask you this actually. You say you understand the why. I don't understand the why. I
Hmm.
don't know why they do. I don't know why, to me, a rep is a rep is a rep. It's a good rep or it's a bad rep. It doesn't matter what level it's being done. I don't know, and I don't know the sizes here, but I don't know why elites should have to hit a 5 centimeter diameter target, and then everybody else would need to hit a 10 centimeter target. I don't get that. It doesn't make sense to me.
I'm only thinking that they've made the area like pretty big for the others, like for the rest of the people.
Great.
Yeah.
Just
Because it's not, because again, wall balls, it's not really, you don't have to be, it's not like like I don't think you should have to hit a tiny,
no,
tiny
neither
space.
do I.
I think it should get high enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I just don't. I don't see why my standards should be different than Rich Ryan's. It's
Yeah,
not on any other part of the course. I do the same damn standards.
that's true. And the wall balls is already the hardest one with judging.
Yeah, but and it opens up another potential error where
Hmm.
maybe nobody even knows, but maybe yeah, like Rich is racing against Dylan and Dylan's target somehow is left on open. Nobody knows, and nobody
Right.
would know.
Right.
It
Hmm.
just it leaves another potential error. And I don't when I look at and when I see some of these things happen, when I see rules changes or rule change or standards, and my first question is always, what's the benefit? And I do not see a benefit here. I don't see a plus side. Like
Yeah.
the only thing you say is, okay, we're making it harder for the elites. Well, the race is supposed to be the race. It doesn't, you know,
Yeah.
I don't get it. Like it doesn't make sense to me to all of a sudden take this one element and make that harder.
Hmm.
Just make it. And the other thing too, make the if you want the targets to be hit, and then I will get off on the center, hit the center of the target thing because one that's very arbitrary. There's not even a ring showing you where the center is. It's just hit the center. Great. Make the target the size that we need to hit.
Yeah. And then if you hit it, you hit it.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
easy then.
Hmm.
Everybody can see it. Oh, yep, he hit it. Oh, nope, he missed. So
Yeah.
yeah, I don't get it. I don't understand it. If someone from Hyrox,
I hope it doesn't create problems
oh
at the World Championships.
yeah. Hope not. I don't want to see that controversy either. There's going to be enough issues just trying to figure out a new sled in the middle of the championship race.
I,
Or new turf.
yeah.
Um, yeah, on this one, I just don't understand. If someone from Hyrox will explain it to me, I will gladly listen. Uh,
Hmm.
I'm not sitting here with no, you guys are idiots. I'm like, I don't get it. It doesn't make sense. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, I say it. I'm pretty sure even if they explain it to me, I'm still going to say, yeah, I don't think so. But I would love to know the reasoning.
Hmm.
And at this point, I do not. But yeah, we don't have much time because you have a hard cap. So we were going to talk a little bit about DECA's World Championship location, but I think we save that for next week and we can devote some good time to it and go from there.
Okay.
Sound
Yeah.
good?
Sounds good. Yeah.
Beth, take us home.
Thanks so much, everyone, for listening. Yeah, a little short one this weekend or this week, but that's okay. Thanks again, everyone, for all your support, and we will talk to you next week.
Take care.